So, the Knox Handroid Pods. My beautiful wife bought me these for my 40th birthday because they are quite an investment, so I asked for these and I am very happy with them. I mean, I love Knox, you may gather that from watching my channel. I'm completely sold on the brand, the quality, the philosophy, all of it. So, you know, this is a biased review. I'm not paid by Knox, I don't receive any freebies, but I am a fan. So it is a biased review here. So first, let's get it out the way. Price. Everybody you watch who reviews these gloves will all say the same thing. It is a very expensive glove. I think it's 180 to 230, depending if you get the pod and the full gauntlet. And it is, as everybody who reviews these gloves will tell you, and this also comes from people who are on their second pair, it is a fantastic, worthwhile investment for show. Basically, these gloves will last, unlike a lot of other gloves. And most importantly, they will fully protect you, unlike a lot of other gloves. So, where to start with them? When you put them on, they are quite big compared to a summer glove, because of the exoskeleton, this, knuckle guard that's on here. So, they are a bit bigger. But you get used to that really quickly. There's nothing hindering you dexterity-wise. These exoskeleton, as they call it, over the fingers, they don't get in your way at all. You don't feel them pulling. The sizing, now it's worth mentioning, my size here, when I got them, I thought maybe I've got the wrong size. Now I've got the Knox 03 winter glove, and I've got them in a medium, and they're a bit tight, and they gave a bit. So I bought a medium in these. Now, what happened is the seams here, where you see the join, there's a bit of leather in there, and I could feel that pushing on the ends of my fingers. So, on the size guide, my fingers put me in a large, but on the fist shape, I was a medium. So I thought, well, I'll go with the mediums because they might break in. And when I put them on, they were tight. I mean, my fingers, where it was my index finger on my right, was butting up against it, and the leather was actually going underneath my fingernail. And I thought, they're a lot of money. Have I got the wrong size? Do I send them back? So I contacted Knox, and they said it's a judgment call, basically. Because I'm in between the two sizes, I need to decide, do I want a looser fit that's going to be more comfortable from the outset, or do I want a tighter fit, to which they are a sport glove, so they are meant to be tight, but I've got to put up with the pain while they break in, and they will give, within a certain tolerance, if you like. So Knox were on the fence. They didn't give me a definitive answer, but I took the view that, I will see that they're break in, and I watched some reviews from other people, and there was one guy, I can't find his video now because I'd love to link it, but he actually put on his video that he was in pain, but because he spent so much money, and he had the version 1 or 2 of the gloves, because he spent so much money on the glove, he wasn't going to give up on them. So basically, he persisted and persisted. It took a long time. He wore them almost daily, and he said it took like 3 or maybe even 6 months. It took a long time, he said, but when they finally broke, he says they're the best pair of gloves he's ever had, and he's had them for absolute years. So that sold it for me to turn around and say, no, I will persevere and, get through the pain. And it wasn't pain, it was just, actually a slight niggle. And the index finger, that when I originally put them on and it was touching against, actually on the bike gave me no issue at all. It was the ring finger, but on the right hand side, that actually was pulling a bit more on the bike. Now, I've worn the gloves around the house. I've sort of been doing half an hour every night for about 4 nights or so. I've done probably about 4 hours on the bike with them, and they have given. They're not enough. I can still feel them a little bit tight on the fingers, and by tight I mean as in they're not long enough. But they're stretching out, and I believe that they will become the perfect fit that other people have talked about, but they are not yet. Comfort is really, it's a personal thing, like a helmet. You wear a helmet and it either fits you or it doesn't, or it half fits you, or it's perfect, So with the the gloves on the comfort side, at the moment, they are not the most comfortable for me. They are uncomfortable but not painful, so just my fingers are pushing right on the end, and on the ends the leather that's there is digging in a little bit, so that's just something to bear in mind when you're getting them. Do you go for finger length or width? Maybe go in and try them on, but a lot of people do say to let them break in. But then protection wise, Jesus, there is just nothing not protected on me. If you get the full gauntlet that comes up a little bit more, you can't ask for any more. This exoskeleton, where that's handy is if this brake lever here in front of me comes across my fingers or knuckles, the exoskeleton there is covering all parts of it, which is absolutely brilliant. So every bit of my hand is covered. The leather is really brilliant. There is a sort of overlap of leather on the index finger on both gloves that you can use to wipe rain away. Not that I've had any yet in testing them. The scaphoid protection here at the bottom, this scaphoid protection here you think might get in your way, doesn't get in your way at all. It's really lovely. The boa system is brilliant to put on and off. It is a big glove when you take it off, and it's also a bit heavy. So, like my old summer gloves, which to be fair were tat. I do think that they were a cheap pair of summer Oxfords. I do think if I ever came off on it, they got a hole in them, and I think if ever I came off on them, they would not stand up at all. They had some knuckle protection, but nothing too major. And it is a lovely, lovely glove. Also style. That's what made me want to get them in the first place, was the style. I love the futuristic exoskeleton look. And these are the latest 2020. And what they've done on the Mark IV, the protection has really sort of stayed the same throughout, but the size has reduced. So, the knuckle guard is a lot more low profile than it was. I think it looks really good. And I think it can go with the cafe racer style. I think it's more, what's the Honda bike? The Neo Cafe, they're calling it. So like a futuristic cafe racer. Really love the look. I've gone with the tan and black. Although I have seen on videos the tan dirties quite quickly, and I've noticed that actually off my grips. Some of the black off my grips is staining it a bit, which maybe I'll like, maybe I won't, I don't know, we'll see. It's an excuse to get the full gauntlet pair in murdered out black. But the tan, I think, in summer I'm wearing my Ruroc Ronin, which is a black and gold. I think actually with the GoPro there you can probably see the gold dragon, so the tan sort of goes in with that colour scheme. I've got a black Street Triple, and this Street Triple has gold forks on the front, so again the black and gold theme, but not too in your face, so it's quite subtle. So styling wise, love them. Exoskeleton is really what really sets out the style. Really, really well made glove. You can see the quality straight away. When you put it on, you can feel the quality straight away. And nothing but praise, aside from the breaking in element, which hopefully will pay off. The only negative I can see with these gloves is the lack of touchscreen, which is a bit annoying, especially when I was trying to stretch them out at home, having my cup of tea, and I just wanted to play on my phone. Up here, this Knox logo looks like it should be touchscreen, but it isn't. It's a prime spot for it. But basically, no touchscreenness at all with the Knox Handroids. Next revision, I'm sure they'll put it on. I think you can actually buy off eBay some little stickers that you can put on that make it touchscreen. But to be fair, I mean, that's a real minor niggle in the grand scheme of things. I mean, if you were having your phone up here, but I mean, I'm pretty against that. You know, it's more distraction than you need. It's like here, I'll be fucking around and not realising I've got a corner coming up and I'm in the wrong gear, and oh my god, I'm now in a bush. So maybe it's a good thing not having touchscreen. But well, they should put it on. It can't cost that much, can it? So yeah, that's a negative. Touchscreen. Another negative would be they're not waterproof, but then they're not meant to be waterproof. They are a spring, summer, autumn glove, non-waterproof. But leather gloves are, you know, waterproof to a certain extent. So unless you're touring in them, and I mean there is contrary opinion online where people have gone out in torrential rain and, you know, their hands have been damp but not soaked through. They've accepted it. So, you know, they're not waterproof. I'm not holding that against it, because at the end of the day, I would use them as a sort of warm weather glove, not a cold weather glove. But really, touchscreen and waterproof, they're the only negative things I can really criticise. I mean, the comfort, we will see. I think that's coming as I'm breaking them in. Style and safety is, I don't think there's anything better on the market. Alright, you could argue price, but then people have been wearing their Handroids for 3 year plus. So when you do the math over that sort of time frame, they're really actually not that expensive long term. So
okay, I think we'll end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found that useful. If you have any questions, please ask in the comments and I'll get back to you. As always, please leave me a like and subscribe, and I'll carry on making these videos. Ride safe, everyone.